could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Welcome everybody. Enjoy some DMJ Pro highlights from last week's race at Maggiore. I see you, Paul. We appreciate you. I see you out there too, Scott Arthur. Hope you're well, my guy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go. A lengthy little highlight reel here this week for our Pro Division from last week's Maggiore race. Welcome in. Hope we're all doing fantastic tonight. First and foremost, we are here on behalf of DMJ Vroom Room, North America. This is Season 3, Choice of Weapon, Round 3. Welcome in. Hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. This is a family-friendly broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, so please do allow the kiddies to sit down and watch, if it isn't past their bedtime, of course. Partners, LWR Design, DDR, WPR, and much love to High Pre Racing for the graphics, as always. The visuals, always very important here on the stream. Much love to High Pre Graphics. So, round 2, we had a special co-host last week here for round 2. Mr. D.90 joined us in the comms box here, and it was a great race. And boy, as you guys see in the highlight reel, lots was happening on the racetrack all race long. Are in the house. How you doing, Brandon? Hope you're doing fantastic, my guy. Share and that like as well. Much love. Thank you for that extra support. So that leads us into round 3, and if it's any indication of a replay of what round 2 looked like, we are in for a treat tonight. We're missing We're missing 2 drivers here currently, so 3 drivers here currently, actually. My. All right, so we're 8 minutes to qualifying drop. So what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't have the... Hey, what's up, Mark? Coming in, Flying Fox Racing in the house. We're missing Smiley. That's what we're missing right now. That's the other driver I couldn't think of. All right, so we're missing 3 drivers on the grid right now. One isn't going to make it. Of course, he's on the road to do some real-life racing right now, so best of luck to him. Hope he has safe travels. So Lucas will not be in the race here tonight, so that leaves an open spot in the lobby. So what's going to happen is once we go to start qualifying, I'm going to do a full lobby reset, and I'm going to set that lobby to the amount of drivers that we have in the race tonight, so we can avoid having random community members or public guys coming into the lobby. What we've noticed is that's creating some lag spiking, and it's creating some DCing issues. So we're just going to do what we can, of course, to give the racers the best fair advantage for each racer to have a good, solid, fun, competitive race here tonight. Let's talk about it. Race tonight is 40 minutes. It's going to be led in with a 15-minute qualifying round. The racing medium is the mandatory tire this evening. The pit window is at the end of lap 4, and our weather here this evening is CO2 afternoon times 5, so it is cloudy on the track here today, ladies and gentlemen, and that means that it's going to be very cool on the racetrack here at Spa, and that means those curbs are going to be a little extra slippery for these race car drivers here today. Let's keep rolling. All right, where are we at here? Just making sure everything's working. All right. So, the detail screen in front of us here, ladies and gentlemen, and let's break it down for you. Each race this season has 5 times tire wear, 3 times fuel consumption, the BOP on and no tuning. It is TCS and ABS are the only 2 assists allowed, traction control system and the anti-lock braking system. Heavy damage model is used here in the series. The track edge is real. The slipstream is real. Track limit penalties are weak in the series. The pit line penalties are on and the flag rules are on. So all that is monitored by our in-game officials. It is a grid start with a false start check. The refueling speed is 5 liters per second. It is a race for real conditions, and the mandatory tire must be used for at least 1 full circuit lap. That does not include the out lap or the in lap. So if you take a pit stop to change to that mandatory tire, you must take that lap and another lap around the racetrack in order for that to count. And again, specific race information here today is a 40-minute race with a 15-minute qualifier. Racing medium tire, again, is required here this evening. The pit window is at the end of lap 4, so drivers cannot take fuel or tires before the end of lap 4. No, I think Smiley just popped in the house there, ladies and gentlemen. But the drivers are allowed, of course, to pit and fix any damage incurred before that time, as long as it is a repair-only situation. Oh, we got a driver in here that doesn't need to be in here. We appreciate you, Cindy, but gets to remove you. All right, so we're missing Knutson, we're missing Smiley, and we know Lucas isn't going to make it here tonight. So they have 5 minutes here, and then we're resetting this lobby. Hey, I see you up in chat, my guy. Are you in the server here right now? If you go into the Discord, I'm in the Pro Division interview chat. All right. So let's keep going here. That's our detail screen. Let's get rid of that. Circuit to Spa, ladies and gentlemen, on our screen in front of us. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful circuit here. And we're not going to do the track map here like we normally do at the beginning of the broadcast because I'm starting to squeeze a little short on time. So we'll bring that up if, and I mean if, this Pro Lobby gives me a minute to breathe. But I think we got this track dialed in on corner names at least here tonight, so we are going to see how it goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a little bit of a surprise for everybody here tonight too. We haven't really talked about it yet tonight, but we did say that D.90, the legend himself, was up in the comms box with us here last week for our Pro Division. Well, boy, I hope you're all ready, because he's coming back tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the chat right now, and he's going to come into the house, and he's going to help me take the comms box roof off tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Spa is going to provide an absolutely beautiful race here tonight with these absolutely fast pro drivers. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to be a fast race here tonight. So I'm going to reset this lobby here in about 2 minutes. We're going to set it for what appears to be 13 spots. Now, we do know that Smiley wasn't feeling very well last week. We do hope that he's feeling better. If not, get well, brother. It's all good. We'll be here next week for round 4. And Knutson may be working as well. So couple drivers not we're waiting on here, but they have about 2 minutes to get in this lobby, and we're resetting this thing, and then it'll only be open to 13 positions. So the bell will have rung. They will have missed out on tonight's round, so they need to get those cars out of the garage and get them on track. All right, quick stream check, everybody. Got to make sure it's all good. We got Paradise coming in with the thumbs up, Paymate coming in with the thumbs up, Mark coming in with the thumbs up, Brandon with the like and the share. I think we caught that earlier. Appreciate that extra support with that share. Comments are not loading in as per the norm. There they are. All right, rocking and rolling. Let's go check our YouTube. I think everything's updating though. You'll do my best. Oh, we got G-Bub coming in. Ah, there we go. Another one of our drivers. So we're just missing Smiley and Knutson at this point here now. That was very close, G-Bub, my guy. Very, very close. Chris coming in with that thumbs up. All right, so 14 spots. Knutson is usually a late comer into the lobby, but he's running out of time. So we're going to do a full lobby reset, which is why we haven't flipped over to the screen for everybody yet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing things a little bit differently. We're just trying to prevent any lag spiking in the lobby from people just jumping in to come see what's going on or see if there's a race going on because, well, you know, official DMJ race round 3 isn't apparently sufficient enough. So I'm just going to put the mic down for just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me. I'm going to get really, really quiet for a second. Told you, really quiet. Really, really quiet. All right, so we're doing this again just because we only have 14 of our 15 or 13 of our 15 drivers here today, and a special guest with us. So we're going to open up a special lobby with only 14 spots, and then once these drivers tick in, it will be qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So in about another minute and a half time, we are going to get this thing underway, and then we'll have a little chat with our special guest here tonight. Oh, hold on! Wow, that was close. All right. Smiley just popped in. So, you know what? We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. All right. So, one more time, chat. All right. We're doing the lobby reset here now. Just bear with me, chat. 15 spots we need. All right. So, lobby is shut down, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and stay nice and close to my microphone while we do this process here. Bear with me. We're creating a new room right now. We are loading settings. There's our settings. Bada bing. They're up on my screen. The only change we need to make here is how many drivers are in the lobby. Ready? Creating room. Lobby's up, drivers. All right. So, we got the lobby back up. Apologize, D. Just something that we've started doing here at learning curves as we're going throughout our season. So another minute's time here, ladies and gentlemen, and the drivers will be ready to go. And then we'll flip you over. You know what? Let's flip you over. Let's get right here. Wrong screen. Let's get right here. While the drivers are coming in and checking in, we have no video, so let's fix that for you right now. I love it when it does it before the race starts, because then you can see the ugly blue screen, and then you can see some sound audio. Hey, oh. There it is. All right. So let's bring up our standings really quick, because I do have a suspicion that we are not going to have time for this today. Hey, there is the man. All right. We're going to go like this. All right. Fantastic. All right, can you hear me, my man? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're a little quiet. But
Is that any better?
oh,
I had to move my mic.
that's much better. Much better. All
Yeah, boy.
right. Ooh, there we go, chat. Now you're gonna get it. Oh yeah. All right. So I got some standings on the screen in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get through this real quick while the drivers are all coming back into the lobby. So Knutson not making it in tonight. So one more driver to pop in. There we go. Lobby's full. So while we're doing that, we're gonna kick qualifying off because, well, we like to be prompt here. Big shout out to the drivers. Much love to our special guest D.90 back in the house tonight. So, you ready for another banger of a race here, my dude? This is going to be something special, I think, here tonight. So, there we go. The qualifying button has been hit, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, never mind, says Nick. All right, 1 second. We're going to hit that spectator button, chat. We're going to give you some juicy information. And then we're going to talk about the standings. They're up in the screen in front of you, so you can, the chat can see them here. Information. Boom.
I'm ready for tonight. I mean, Spa always throws up a cracker. I mean, Nolander's just going to be the first driver to come out of pit as well, so just while you're doing all that, I'll just tell the drivers who's coming out first. So Nolander I've jumped on board with. Drivers do need to be careful coming out of this pit, especially with the pit line penalty during race as well. They can catch some people out if they do cross that line, but I'll tell you something, GT45, it's a pleasure and a privilege to be back with you live on Facebook covering another awesome DMJ event. And I'm going to let you do your business and go through the table, bro.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so on the screen in front of you is our standings here currently. This is official. After 2 rounds of racing, it is Apex's LJ in the lead with 59 points. Right behind him is Lucas 36 with 58 points, and in third place, 2-time defending champion Apex Jakey with 53. Boy needs to pick his socks up if he wants to keep chasing these boys right now. Apex's Paymay in fourth place with 48 points. Streeter Tom from ATK Motorsports sitting there in fifth with 40, tied with Smiley for 40 points as well. In seventh is CRF with 36, Miss Devious in eighth with 30, tied with Badass for that position, and rounding out the top 10 is Knutson there with 20 points. And the rest of the guys just in behind. Roses is no longer in the series. He couldn't commit, so he stepped away from the series. We've replaced him with a new driver tonight, Thunder Tito, ladies and gentlemen. So he is racing all the way from Dubai tonight as he's out of town working. So that is some dedication from this driver very early on. We love that. All right, there we go. Let's get to qualifying. Nolander is our first guy out, I hear. All right, actually, where's Tito? Yeah.
Yeah, Nolander was the first driver out, bro, yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump on board with Nolander for when he crosses that finish line, and we're going to do a walkthrough with you guys around as Nolander takes us around Spa for the first hot lap. We got Fast Leader going, say go ATK, Egon coming in, let's go, lady and gents. Ooh, the chat is on fire tonight, hope we're doing well. Aaron coming in with that thumbs up, we see you, Nick, Chris as well, appreciate everybody. How we doing over there in DMJ?
All right. Nolander, a huge shout out as well. You can see him tonight using his rad team name there in front of his name as well, changing that. It's good to see that. I'm sure GT45 Gaming might go into that a little bit later on. Great to see that. I wanted to point that out. Going into this GT45, I'm just going to call it G.
So coming out of La Source there, Nolander having a pretty good exit out of La Source there. So now it's a big straight long run. You're going to push yourself over to the right hand side here, ladies and gentlemen. You almost want to be scraping that pit wall right there. As we come into Eau Rouge, heading up into La Réunion, that leads us into the Camel Straight. Diesel, gotcha. I got you, Chris. Appreciate you. You won't be anymore. All right. So heading up to Camel Straight here, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get a very good clean. You don't want any tire scrub coming up La Réunion. You want maximum speed coming up here. At about the kind of curbs here, you're on the brakes as we head into Lacombe, and you just want to clip both these apexes and just let the rotation of the car float you around the corner. And then here we go as we come into Brussels, take that sweeping corner and that lead. Sorry, this is Brussels right here. My bad, chat. Big, long, sweeping, long, still waiting corner. See how long this corner is? Very long sweeping corner. He's going to get passed by Paymay there up ahead. And that takes us up into Pouan here. So a nice little straightaway here. Good chance to set up for a potential move. If you can get side by side with that driver, you can get a move done here. It's a little risky, but if both drivers are on point, easily done. So Nolander here, you want to clip out, float out wide, back on the power, and then get back to that apex. And again, let the momentum of the car take you out to the right side of the track, and then just nurse it over to the left-hand side, braking at the curbing, coming down in through campus. Ooh, I'm on it today, chat. And we're coming through campus, second part of the campus S is here. Oh, and a big wiggle there from Nolander as he's coming around there. And we're going to jump up to Paymate here. So he's going to cross the line first now. And Paymate's just making this big, long run up through the Paul Frere curve now. And that leads us into Blanchimont, ladies and gentlemen. So almost at the end of this lap, it's going to be about, I expect to see anywhere from 213 to about 217s here from this lobby tonight on these soft tires of qualifying. It's just a guesstimate, but we'll see what these guys can lay down here. So Payme just going through Blanchimont. That leads us into the final sector here, Spa, which is, of course, the chicane. And let's jump out and let the TV crew take it from here. So Payme coming around the second part of the chicane, and Nolander has LJ right on his butt there now too. So Payme's going to come around. It's going to be a 2:14.857. Nolander's going to come around. He's going to stay in second. LJ's going to jump up in second place. Jakey's going to take pole position. Where is Badass now as he comes around? He's got a whole gaggle of cars in behind him here. Badass is going to go up into fourth place. G-Bub's going to come through, stay in sixth. Smiley's going to go up into fifth. Larry Birch coming through, goes up into sixth. Thunder Tito, a new driver. Let's see what he's got. He's going to jump up into seventh place. Streeter Tom coming around. We know ATK Streeter Tom's a quick driver. Let's see what he's got here. It's going to be a P4 for him. Miss Devious comes through. P11 from Miss Devious, and CRF, our final driver through on this first hot lap, and it is, a P4 from CRF. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Quick times very early on in the first lap here. What are your thoughts there, Mr. D?
Yeah, definitely quick times coming in early doors. I mean, like you said, there's no telling where or few were going into this race, into this qualifying session. Sorry, I do apologise for that. So, you know, that time is down to pure pace. I mean, what's going to come down to now is consistency, and not only consistency but slip as well. If drivers are going to benefit from other drivers, I mean, G-Bub Tarwick there's picked up a little bit of a penalty which will affect the time, but he's got Smiley behind him, so that half a second penalty can be easily made up again. But going through this track tonight, they need to keep it lean, mean, squeaky clean, and out of them penalties, especially with the consistency of some of these drivers in this championship. It's absolutely bonkers. You saw me go wild in the last race about it. So I'm expecting another cracker, and you can see Jakey there. He's got a point to prove, nearly a second ahead of Paymate already in this qualifying session. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this, and these cars are looking amazing.
Absolutely. Team owner of Apex, or a sim racing team, a tattooed freak delivery designer for all the drivers competing in the series, coming up with a new design here most recently, and they really do look sharp out there on track tonight, that is for sure. So and I can tell you, Chad, Jakey has said to me, and quote, "I am winning tonight. It is my turn for a dub." So let's see if our championship driver can get it done. He's still low. I got you, Chad. Hold on.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it was Jakey that rang me. Obviously, here in the UK, it's 2:40 AM right now. So I told him, if you need me tonight, ring me. And I tell you what, mate, it was one of the funniest conversations, one of the funniest wake-up calls I've ever had in my life. We just sat there laughing at each other on phone. It was quite funny, actually, mate. You had to be there to witness it. But he seemed very confident, very up for tonight. And we all know Jake can do big things, but Paymate's closing that gap.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell me how it is now, Joe. All right, so we got CRF here in fifth right now. So the driver swapping spots a little bit. Badass improving his time there, I think, last time around. Jake right now on pole with 2:13.803. So my assessment to see some 2:13s here was not wrong. These guys are so quick this year. I just don't know what to say, chat. Whole new level, some of these drivers this season. Streeter Tom up into seventh, Smiley here in eighth. We've got Freak in ninth. We've got Thunder Tito again, first race of the season for this driver, and his DMJ premiere.
Paymate's just gone up. Well, he's managed to keep it just at who's got aero damage there, but LJ just goes past him, keeping it. Paymate there's going to be struggling then, as got front aero damage going through that corner.
Yeah, absolutely hard hit there, and BMW crew is going to have a little bit of work in between the qualifying and the race here. So. Legends, a lot of you. Cheers, D and Jakey. Hey, we appreciate you, Chris. Larry here coming around. We got some different looking cars here going on. Badass is coming in. Where's that orange one I just saw? Can't find it yet. There it is, G-Bub's car. Some classic DMJ colors on that car, showing a little homage to DMJ with that orange racing car there. What a great design. Nice and simple. Love it. All right, Miss Devious here. She has half-second penalty, so that's unfortunate for her. That's gonna be a null and void lap, essentially, a scrubbed lap now, having to serve that penalty.
I mean, have you got any predictions for today? I mean, who are you expecting to be up there in top three? I mean, we've just seen Paymate second making a little bit of an error.
Well, you know,
So
I don't know, with Lucas not being in the lineup here today, I mean, Lucas has been proving to be a very worthy competitor here so far in the first 2 rounds of the season, coming with 2 podiums. So, you know, there is maybe a potential to see an Apex podium here tonight to start with, I guess, with losing one of the non-Apex drivers for the evening. But, you know, I don't think you can count a guy like Smiley or Streeter Tom out here. I think that some guys don't necessarily qualify as quick as the other guys, but the race pace is a lot different. And I mean, the drivers during practice and testing and trial, I mean, we've seen lots of spins, lots of guys wrecking. It is going to take just the most minuscule mistake from one of these drivers tonight. It could end their race very badly. So really, I think the drivers that keep it just clean and mean and have a good solid pit strategy have the best chance at a race win here tonight, to be honest.
yeah, definitely. I mean, we're seeing all these drivers improving on the lap times, but not maybe moving on positions. CRF there, we saw him last week, fantastic driver, definitely caught my eye. He's got Miss Davies in front of him as well now, maybe he can benefit from the slip. I've been thinking through the drivers, and these two seem to be the closest on track right now, so if Chris can get that slip through on Rouge, maybe not, you never know, he may be able to, CRF, so I don't know why I said Chris, but CRF, if he improves that, then maybe he could get a nice, good run down here and start pulling some purple sections, so CRF definitely want to keep an eye out for going into this lap.
Absolutely. I know Nolander's hungry. He's definitely not happy with his round 2 result, so he's going to be looking for a good result here tonight too. And he had a good race last week, just one little bobble. And I mean, in this pro division, ladies and gentlemen, you make a little mistake like that, it is very hard to recuperate from that mistake because of how fast the lobby is. Every little mistake really is crucial here for these drivers. We got Miss Davies here in 12th.
There, bro. CRF has just gone straight into a wall. Commentator's curse.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's a lot of BMWs out there. You love it. Hey, facts. It is a BMW series here, so the drivers have the option to choose between the GT3 version M6 Sprint model, the M3, or the Z4. So every race they have the option between the 3 cars and which one they want to run. They're on BOP and no tuning, so it's a wild card of what kind of BMWs we're seeing on track every week, but so far we're seeing a little bit of each car on the track, it seems, every week. It's been quite fun. Alright, LJ here, we got Smiley, and I mean, we made that highlight video for these guys over the weekend here, and an 8-minute highlight video. That's just to go to say how much action there was in round 2's race over at Lego Maggiore. That was just, these pro drivers, they just put it all out there for us to on display to watch. It was absolutely a very crazy, chaotic, incredible race to watch.
Yeah, LJ's just improved his time now. He's just locked in a 2:14.5 and 0.3. So he's managed to knock off a 10th of his lap time there with nobody in front of him as well. So this guy's just getting faster and faster. Keep an eye out for it. LJ, he's definitely putting it down.
Absolutely. And I mean, a veteran here with the DMJ series as well. So he's going to get in a full season this season. And I lost my train of thought, chat. Oh, and the first 2 seasons, he was really close to the podium, and both at the end of the seasons, missing a couple races of both seasons. So if he can get a 10-week full season in this season, he is most certainly one of those drivers to look out for, and just a very young man as well. So very quick on his feet with his reflexes here as well behind the wheels. So. All right, we got Thunder coming into pit lane there. We got G-Bob. He is sitting in 13th currently. The only Z4 here around Spa, actually, I think, that I've noticed here so far. Alright, so it is Jakey, it's Paymay, and it's LJ here right now. 3/10 separating basically each driver from each other. It's 2/10 from LJ to Smiley too. I mean, Smiley is right there too. We haven't talked a lot about Flying Fox Racing Smiley. This driver is a quick driver, ladies and gentlemen. And he had a good run last week, and let's see how it goes for him here this week. He may be able to find himself a podium here as well. CRF, like I said, mistakes are going to be the key here tonight. Penalties and mistakes are really going to hurt these drivers here on the race tonight. So the drivers need to basically assess a risk versus reward when they are thinking about making moves, and depending on how much time is left in the race, depending what their tires are looking like. There's going to be a lot of things these drivers are going to have to think about here tonight in a very short amount of time, 40 minutes. Freak sitting in P9 there. He seems content. He's just chilling in pit. Nolander having a moment there as he's wiggling back and forth. Getting to terms with that car underneath of him. He's still working out that BMW a little bit there, Nolander is. Go faster, Tom, using us.
I think could be using this as a little bit of a strategy going into turn one. He maybe settling on 9th position, knowing that strategies are going to come into play during the race. Turn one can get a bit hectic, and you can also get a good run out. And you never know, it may be a little bit of a tactic going on from at the feet there, unless he's having a toilet break.
Absolutely. I mean, Apex's Larry Birch coming in with a P6 time there as he just crossed the line as well. I'm just sticking with Paymay here, and Paymay does improve by 9/1000ths of a second there. So small little gain on our pole sitters currently, Apex Jakey right now. LJ is also blue right now here, so very close these drivers are in times. 2/10, 2/10, 3/10. Should be an interesting race.
Badass now, there's Smiley Badass and Larry Birch there, just all coming down straight now. So these are going to looking like they're very fast as well. So it was down on time there, looking very fast. Oh, Badass just misses the turn.
Dirty air is going to play a factor in this race tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's Spa. It's a high-speed technical circuit, and well, cold tires are going to play a factor on lap one. I mean, La Source is no joke when the tires are at optimal temperature and you're battling for position. When you've got 13 cars barreling down on La Source on cold tires, potentially different tire compounds and different cars, it should be interesting. We'll have to see how these pros can handle it. Of course, we do have red flag situations in play if needed, ladies and gentlemen, for circumstances that happen in that situation. If there's a big incident on, of course, in the first corner, we'll assess damages on the cars and decide whether or not that is worthy of a red flag situation. But the drivers are, of course, instructed to continue racing until said situation is called by the host, which in this case is myself and D.90 here this evening.
Jake's going around the final turn now, getting ready to lock in his final lap. He's going to be the first driver to go over the line. Speaking on that as well, I'll start at the back of the pack if you want to get good visual right across the board there.
Absolutely.
I'll put it right over the front and we'll see. But Jake there does improve his time with a 2:13.803. LJ is going to be the next over the line. He stays third. Fastest lap for him to 2:14.503.
It's definitely off the pace of our defending champion here today, and Jake is hungry today. He is looking for that win today. Looks like we got Paymay coming around next year, I believe.
2:14.621 then for Smiley. He does get the fastest lap for him, but he stays in fourth. Let's have a look who's this coming across.
Ooh, it is Paymay, and it's a hard hit into the wall coming out of the chicane. He's got Tom. He's just going to sit there and let these guys come around. Where is Tom? There is Tom. As he comes around, stays in 7th. G-Bub was in P13 there. I'm stuck. I can't see past. There we go. He's still in 13th. Thunder in 12th. Miss Devious is on a lap here. She's just heading into the chicane right now. So the final two corners here at Spa. Jakey, well done there by Paymay. And it does looks like a pretty scrubbed lap based off the time on my screen here. So not an ideal lap here for Miss Devious, so it should be a P11 here for her. She comes around. We got Nolander still flying, so let's stick with Nolander here.
While Nolander's going around these final corners as well, I do want to point out that these drivers do want to get the best points out of this race possible, because come next week I am led to believe that there is going to be another update and they are going to be changing the way this game feels again. So drivers are used to this. 2:16.372 for Nolander, keeps in 10th.
Absolutely, a small improvement, and it squeezes him a little bit closer to Tattooed Freak there, but just not quite enough to grab that position from him. I think that is everybody. I don't think we have any flyers left here. All right, fantastic. So we'll give the drivers a 2-minute pause in between. That gives me time, of course, to make sure we have the qualifying results saved, just in case we need it, and then we'll kick this race off. So 13 drivers on the grid here tonight, and it's going to be a good one. So we do have a full Pro Division and a full Pro-Am Division here in the series, and you know, real life happens, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes drivers just have things come up, or they already had things planned when the series when they join the series, and they just can't be here for one race here and there. It is what it is. All right, 2 minutes for these drivers, so we're watching that clock, and we're gonna check.
2:13, mate. 2:13.8.
That's a blazing fast lap here, especially with these heavy BMW M6s. That's a really quality lap around Spa here. So it is Jakey on pole. He's going to be Paymay right beside him. LJ is going to line right up in the second row there with Smiley right beside him in 4th place. It's going to be CRF to start row 3 with Larry Birch lined up beside him. Starting row 4 is ATK Streeter Tom with Badass lining up right up beside him. All right, let's move it over to the next sheet. We got Tattooed Freak starting row 5 with Nolander sitting right beside him. Miss Devious is going to head up row 6 with Thunder Tito, new driver here tonight, lining up beside her. And G-Bub going to round out the field here in 13th position tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So that is how our grid sets out.
Well, I'm rooting for G-Bub tonight. He's the only driver in the Z4. So it's good to see that. I'm definitely rooting for him tonight, and I hope he does really, really well. So, G-Bub, don't let me down.
Let's go, says Nolander. Where that track map at? Oh, it's in my head tonight, boy. We have the track map, but I feel like you guys are going to want to see what's happening on track here as opposed to what's happening on a track map tonight. That much I can almost assure you, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a doozy.
I will be talking about tyre strategies and all that kind of stuff, but I will be muting my mic when I do talk about that GT45. So you know, I know
you're all good.
Like
nah, you're all good. You're all good. It is all good. Oh, look at all the readies coming in, Chad. These drivers, I think, are ready to go here. Hold on, we got a whole bunch. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 of the 13. Love that.
Just goes to show you how prepared these drivers are for this DMJ Room event. Yet again, credit to the drivers and the host, GT45 Gaming. I'm gonna get my nose out your bum right now, mate, because I cannot wait to get this race underway and get this going. It's gonna be free flowing. There's gonna be drama. I'm expecting drama. I'm expecting a few drivers to get it wrong. I'm expecting a few drivers to get penalties just based off of the qualifying session. I think this is gonna be a recipe for a fantastic race. Yet again in the North American DMJ room, and yet again it's a pleasure to be here. And I hope I can wake up tomorrow for the Pro-Ams.
The Pro-Am is definitely going to be a stacked lobby here. We are 100% for sure full next week, but anything could happen. You never know. We might get that last minute dropout again like we did last night. So I guess you can't discount the fact that there'll be a spot open in the lobby. All right, so we're ready to go. The drivers are ready to go. They're all checked in. Let's go racing, chat. 10 seconds, and we're going to see these drivers line up on the grid, and we're going to give 40 minutes at Spa. Cloudy conditions here today, going to make for a slippery racetrack. Is rain going to happen tonight? Not out of the question.
I brought my brolly in my wet coat, mate, so, you know, if I'm stood up here in the paddock, it's alright. I'm covered.
Absolutely, alright. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, chat. Going to be Jakey on pole to lead us off, and we're just waiting for the lights. Timing crew slacking a little bit here tonight. There we go, I can hear them now. Waiting for that green. They're making these drivers wait, and we're green. No false starts here. Everybody gets off the line pretty good there, and G-Bub looking to make up some early positions, but we're going to stick with the pole sitter here coming into La Source, and this is where everything can go wrong here on lap 1. Ooh, very well done, gentlemen and ladies. Oh, we got one driver around there. Looks like he kept it out of the wall, though.
It was Tad the Freak there. He spun out. He got a little knock from Nolander, Rod Nolander, and G-Bub went through as well, and he gave him a little back tap on Nolander, and it was just like a domino effect. But Nolander's pulled over and give Apex that position by G-Bub there. He's still on the back end of Miss Devious and the Z4. Still rooting for him.
Alright, we do have a battle immediately here between Jakey and Payme. Payme has the inside line coming into Lacombe, but if Jakey can hang it in, that gives him the inside line. And we're side by side through Lacombe, 2 deep through 1st to 4th place here. And we got 2 battles happening. Payme is going to slot in front of Jake as we head into Brussels. A long sweeping right-hander. Jake looking to respond. He's going to go inside of Payme. He's just got his nose in there. He gets a great run down into the apex here. And we're going to go side by side all the way around here, maybe, ladies and gentlemen. Are they going to do it through Pouan? Not recommended. We're going to go side by side through the kink here, and we are heading into Pouan, and these guys are not giving an inch. Not an inch. Oh, and there we go. Jakey's going to slot it up in front. Payme is just going to slot into position here. This is a good idea. Ooh, and Jakey gets a little bit loose. I could have created a really big domino effect there, but great job to keep it underneath of him. And look at those BMWs roaring through Pouan the first lap here at Spa. Ooh, great job by the Pro Division here so far tonight. And we're heading in to Campus S's, ladies and gentlemen. A triple set of S's that's going to take us into this little right-hand corner here, and that takes us up into the Paul Frere curve, heading towards Blanchimont, and these guys and gals nose to tail here as they come around.
Yeah, LJ there's definitely got a pace to keep with these guys at the front, but you can see him picking up a little bit of a half-second penalty there, so he will drop back, and Larry Birch is going to be sitting there with a little bit of a smile on his face, while Street Tom just behind him there, he's going to be jumping into that slip and trying to catch up. We've got a little bit of a battle going on for 7th and 8th as well with CRF and Thunder Tito, but like I said, different compounds are going to get used. I'm not going to go into that just yet, but different compounds, early starts are going to be playing effect. And if they are on the faster compound, they do want to try and get up there as fast as they can and make a massive effect on that.
And we had a big moment there from Smiley coming out of the chicane there to start lap 2 here. He managed to gather it up there, but it almost created, again, that bottle effect. Oh, and a little bit of tap there on, who was that in front of him there? I believe it was CRF there. So those guys have sorted themselves again. Lasource, very tricky. It's a very tight radius, 180-degree corner, and you get too tight, you hit the pit wall. So you got to make sure you leave enough yourself enough space so the other driver can stay on the outside of you without contacting as well if you do hit that wall by accident. Look at these guys coming up original already on. A little bit of lag coming from Smiley and Thunder Tito. So 2 lagging drivers. This could get interesting as they're side by side coming up the Kettle Straight here. And look at these guys go. There's some great racing here by these 2 drivers.
While you're on board with that, I've just been on board with Payman and Jake. Payman seemed to make a move going into that turn down straight, but Jake just came out on top, so no changes there for the first and second position as that little battle goes on behind.
And there's clearly no love lost between those 2 right now. I mean, you know, if they were smart, they'd be working together, get into that slipstream and start pushing and get away from the pack. But if they continue battling like this, all they're going to do is let that pack catch right back up. It's only 2.3 seconds. One little mistake is all it's going to take for that pack to be on them. LJ coming around here, he's trying to break away, and then the whole pack is bearing down, led by Tom here, currently sitting in 4th place. So good gains here so far for Tom. Some beautiful cars out there. Alright, we do have Thunder Tito. We don't have the approved livery on Thunder Tito yet. Again, he just qualified about 36 hours ago, so we've given him the free pass on the livery here this week. He'll have his car beautifully painted up for us all here next week. Fanatec is a partner here of the series, yes, you absolutely. G-Bub here in 9th place. We got Badass in 10th. We've got Miss Devious. We've got Nolander here in 12th. We've got Freak here in P13. Jakey leading the way, and Paymate still right there. I think these 2 are going to be familiar here with each other tonight so far by the looks of it, but we'll have to see how it all breaks down. Tires start to wear down, the temperatures cool down, the track gets a little bit slippery. These curves are very dangerous here today for these BMW drivers. Anything can happen today.
Yeah, Payme just closed down 3 attempts there. He got a good exit on that last corner going into the chicane. So he did pick off 3 attempts and he managed to get back on the J. But this is where they were last time going into the last lap. So it's going to be interesting to see what does happen, because if Payme mirrors where he did last time, he's going to lose a bit of tyre wear. The hard braking, and he's going to lose time against Jake, so David just needs to be careful going down this straight, and like you said, maybe work together with Jake.
And you kind of almost seem like they're somewhat doing that here right now. He's going to send it. He's going to take it up the inside here, so here we go again through Lacombe, side by side, Jake and Payme, but I think Payme had a better run there that time, and he's going to slot up in front, so Jake is going to settle up into 2nd place here now as Payme takes his lead and leads the way around the other half of Spa as we head into Brussels here. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there by Payme. Alright, let's go see what else is happening here around the track. Everybody seems to have settled in very quickly here today. Maybe a little caution being looked at by some of the drivers here. Again, there's been a lot of behind the scenes talk about the track and the cloudy conditions here this week at Spa and how the testing's been going, and the drivers have been struggling a little bit here with these cooler track conditions here at Spa. So maybe just being a little bit on the cautious side here right now are the drivers early on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, going off the turn 1 incident, Nolander and Tad Free. Nolander's done really well to pull the pace back and try and catch his drivers up. He's closing that time up to G-Bub as well in 11th position, but he's managed to gather a 3.2 deficit now to Tad the Freak there, who's dropped down into 13th. Nolander did wait, but he's showing he's got pace right now. And like I said, I wasn't going to mention it, but he's on the softer compound, so he's catching G-Bub up now. He's making ground. Keep an eye on that.
I'm not sure what to expect here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to see a variation strategies like we typically do here every week. I do expect to see a 1-stop attempts, and I do expect to see 2-stop strategies here. So, based off that information that we just got from Dito out there, it seems like Nolander's going to probably end up on a 2-stop strategy here. We'll have to see how that works out for him. It's about, if you're not taking fuel here at Spa for tires, it's about a 38-second pit stop from start to finish.
it can be a bit of a weird one. This pit stop, it's sometimes it's needed, but sometimes you look at the time and think, is it worth it? So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, these are pro drivers as well. So with these guys being pro drivers, well experienced in this kind of strategy organising, as we would like to call it. But when it comes down to the bottleneck, it's all down to being consistency. You see Jake just fade away from Paymate a little bit there, but he is still within the slip. So Paymate is now proving to have a little bit of pace. Jake got a little bit of overstate to go through that corner as well, but he's just within slipstream distance. Is Paymate going to put his foot down and start leaving Jake in the rear view?
Almost got that slipstream broke there, like you were just saying. So we'll have to see what happens as these two come out of poo on and see what kind of gap Paymate has on Jake here. Jake get a little bit of a run now on slipstream here if you got a good exit. So LJ, he's slowly but surely falling off the pace of these two up in front here right now. It was about 2.7 seconds when I was there just a few seconds ago. Now we're up to 3.4. So last week's round winner falling a little bit off the pace here early on today. Maybe strategy, we don't know yet for sure, but Sam says he expects Tom to win. Well, sitting currently in P4, he's only 6.5 seconds off the race leader right now. Definitely a possibility.
We've got Mr. Vegas coming in saying, can you do a no-stop? No, because I do believe 2 compounds do need to be used within this race. So, no, no-stop is definitely out of the question. You could do a one-stop if you're brave enough, like G was saying, my man G, but you may need to do a 2-stop. It depends on what drivers want to do, really. But there is a mandatory stop in play for this. It just spices the championship up.
Alright, so we got G-Bub here in 11th. We've got Nolander in 12th. We've already got Paymate in pit lane here. So strategy is already coming into play, or is this a damage repair here? I don't see any damage on the race car, so a little bit of strategy play coming here from Paymate. Interesting. Alright, so the wheels are turning already, so that leaves Jake in the lead by 3.5 seconds here now over LJ in second. And that puts apparently the fan favorite tonight, Streeter Tom, here in P3. So, oh, come on now, Sam. You gotta have faith in your boy here. Got Larry Birch up in a P4. He's having a good race here so far. CRF up at a P5. D-Dot did say this is one driver to watch out for. He's in a pretty decent position here right now himself. And then Smiley just in behind here in P6. He has opened that gap up on Thunder Tito here a little bit. So starting to make a little bit of headway there. You kind of lose that battle, so we can focus on trying to gain some time up in that pack up ahead. Badass is just in behind Tito here. And see if he catches up here. It'll be a little bit tough to deal with that lag for these drivers. Of course, it could look different on their point of view than it does mine, but let's go, Jake, says Joe. Oh, and we got Miss Devious coming. Oh, no, Miss Devious out off the end of the racetrack here in the sand, and she is going to have to let these couple drivers go by before she can get on that track as she does there, and that's going to put her right down into P13, so really unfortunate there as we're coming into, I believe, Lacombe there. Jakey in the lead. Doing pretty good, but LJ starting to dip in on his time a little bit here. 2/10 off so far on this lap on that race leader here as well.
Yeah, now this could be interesting, this, because Paymate, who was up there with Jake, he's come out of the pits just behind Nolander and had the freak as well. But Nolander just went a little bit defensive there, so Jake's going to have to take note of that and you know, maybe push that a little bit more as Nolander there made it a little bit hard for Paymate to get past and get through, but Paymate does mark out on the soft compound of tyre now. So he's ready to move groove. He don't want to lose, and he's going to make some time up now, as Nolander did potentially just slow him down a few tenths there through that section, but rightly so. And the chase is on now.
Absolutely. I'm just keep my eye on Tito and Badass here in 7th and 8th place. Badass is slowly but surely starting to reel Thunder Tito in here. We may see Tito go into pit lane here. We'll have to wait and see. No, Badass is going to send it. And I think that's what we're going to see here. He really jammed on the brakes right there to let Badass get through uncontested. So that is exactly what we're seeing. Thunder is going to come into pit lane. I did suspect we were going to see that. His tires are looking, well, not so good, chat. Not so good.
What tires?
He's on those rims. Yeah, absolutely. So we got this little friendly group of mid-pack drivers starting to close in here. Again, we got Paymate, we got G-Bub, we got Nolander, we got Tattooed Freak. They're all relatively close into each other here. So it's going to be interesting to see how the pit strategies really draw the drivers back into each other, as it always seems to do here in the Pro Division at the end of the race. So I want to say it was a good, crazy, chaotic start, but these drivers have very quickly settled into this race here tonight.
How long did you say you think these pit strategies are? These pit stops, 30-something seconds?
38 if you're not taking fuel, I believe, yeah.
About 38 seconds. Well, Permin sat in 9th right now. He's 22 seconds back. Now, it should work in his favour because obviously what I would have probably done is I would have probably fueled up because you spend less time fueling up because you've got less fuel to put in. But at the same time, he's only 21 seconds, so he's shaving them temps faster than the Gillette razor blade. But if he does manage to catch up, he may be going in the pit about the same time as the other drivers in front of him.
Absolutely. We got G-Bub all the way up into P8 from the back of the pack here, so moving his way up halfway through the grid here already in this race so far tonight, so he's looking pretty good. He has Paymay starting to close in here, though, and Paymay's been looking quick all night long, so let's see if he can make short work of G-Bub, and he absolutely does. He just takes it around there as we head into the Campus S's, and he's going to take that position away from G-Bub, so P8 now belongs to Paymay, and he's on the charge. Paymay's got to be happy about that. He didn't get any fight from that driver. He didn't get any defensive maneuvers from that driver in front. The driver just let him go through. So Paymay's smiling right now. He's still just pushing hard up the road to try and close that gap back up. A freak with a half-second penalty there. Misdevious is now up in the P12 with that pit stop from Thunder Tito. So the drivers are still all close enough together where a pit stop could essentially put you right in the back of the pack here right now still. So like D-Dot was saying earlier, definitely something for Jake to consider here as he's starting to think about when he wants to make that pit stop, whatever his pit window is in his mind, whenever his team is telling him to come and come to bring that thing into the box so we can give you a service type thing. Streeter Tom looking good here, but the pack is closing in on Streeter Tom here. If these guys can just start to link up a little bit and push each other just for a little bit, this whole pack could all of a sudden tighten up, and this could be a four-way battle for that final podium position currently here in the race. We're on lap 7 here so far, just over 14 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you're going to start seeing tire effects and strategies come into play. I mean, looking at where Apex Jake is now on his racing mediums, he's definitely done a really good job of nursing them, and with his fuel as well. I mean, LJ is just a little bit further back on track in second position. He's 4.1 seconds back. His tyres are looking a bit more worn. He's drank a little bit more fuel. So Jake put himself in a really strong position. But it's same with Streeter Tom as well. Done really well on his fuel. I'm not going to tell you how much he's got. He's done really well on his fuel. He's looking good. His tyres are looking a little bit warm, but he's definitely maintaining it, and he's got himself in a strong position right now. And if he can hold off CRF and Apex Larry Birch, who's also dragging Smiley along in 6th, if he can keep them guys off, he's definitely got himself in a good position.
Absolutely. As Streeter Tom always says before every race, you'll see you guys at the back of the pack. Well, right now, he's up in the front of the pack. My boy Larry Burge, go, 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 says Stefan. Hey, look at the fan. We love that. We love to see you guys coming in to root for drivers. We love to see different fans coming in for all the different drivers. We really appreciate everybody being here to support us. Well, we have a fantastic race around Spa tonight.
Yeah, Payman now has got right onto the back end pretty much of Badass as well, so it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. But them softs is pulling purple sectors right now, Payman as well, in 8th position, right on back end of 7th position, Badass in the slip. But them tyres is worn and torn, he's used and abused, and they're starting to look a little bit red now, like a smack bottom, but he's trying to make that move on Badass, and he wants to move up on positions.
And he gets it done before they even get out of Blanchimont right there. So that was a pretty good move by Paymay there. And Badass, of course, lots of respect, lots of room given there. And Paymay just on the better tire right now. Just absolutely drove around Badass there. So, yeah, great move there by Paymay. And Paymay is a man on a mission here right now up into P7. And he's got cars up in front of him in his sights. Oh, we gotta have a little potential battle here in the back with Misdevious and Thunder Tito here as well. Thunder Tito looking for a way around there. Misdevious had that line. Oh, and Tito almost gets it wrong there, but he gathers that car back up. And he's gonna have to do a little bit of work there now again to try and re-engage that battle. But great pickup there from Tito as that car went straight sideways coming through that second part of the chicane.
Yeah, potential battle here for third as well with CRF and Streeter Tom getting a bit closer together now. That could be working. Oh, Streeter Tom, commentator's curse. I'm going to stop talking. He just hit the wall, bit of understeer, dragged him out. We will have the replay coming soon, hopefully, ladies and gents, so we would have been able to get a replay of that, but drop down in positions now, straight Tom, drop down into 8 front aero and left suspension damage. Not going to be too happy about that.
No, he's going to be devastated about that, and that was a tough hit, but I mean, great job for Streeter Tom there. He was very aware of where that there was traffic coming around the corners there. He just was very patient. He let those guys get through, and wee, a little bit of contact maybe there between Miss Devious and Thunder Tito there as they were battling. It almost just looked like the back end of Miss Devious's car stepped out there, and Tito had to react very quickly, but whew, that was a spicy moment there as well. And as these tires start to wear down and these drivers are starting to get tired of yanking these cars around Spa here, these mistakes are going to start to happen, so the drivers really need to lock it in here now.
Yeah, like Stuart's just come up in chat there, said Payme is holding a purple lap right now. Additional points is given to drivers for fastest laps, so Jake ain't going to like that, but Jake is still yet to make a pit. His tyres are looking a little bit beat, but he's keeping his car in check with a 3.8 second gap over LJ now. Now LJ is doing really well because LJ got a half second penalty early on, and he actually lost the top 3 drivers. Now obviously because the pit strategies and everything that's gone on the circuit, he's found himself in a good solid second position, and he's still moving and grooving.
We got G-Bub just working on Streeter Tom here. Now we do know Streeter Tom is suffering from some damage on that race car, so it should be fairly easy for G-Bub to get around. Tom has had enough. He's like, no, we are fixing this right here, right now. How does that affect his strategy? Hot, 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 says Chris. It is hot. It is getting hot out there. And Miss Devious and Tito very close together here still as well, so this battle is far from over between these two drivers here right now. And Nolander a little bit off here, 21 seconds after that pit stop, so once all the other drivers start making their pit stops, of course that gap will close right back up. Great racing as always, top comms with the dot. Hey, we appreciate you, Paul. We love you, my guy.
Legend. Payme still, yet again, I just jumped on board with him there. Oh, Larry there just gets it a little bit wrong, goes a little bit understeer, it goes wide, and Payme gets another move done, moves up into the top 5 position now. Fuel is running low, car is looking fast, Payme is pulling purples, and is also reeling in these positions. Next victim is CRF. Can the CRF hold Payme off?
Absolutely, and I mean, these drivers they're not over battling here tonight. They're being smart out there. They know battling costs time, and when you know that driver's 2 or 3 or 4 seconds up the road from you that you're chasing down, sometimes it's just better to let that driver make the easy move, tuck in behind him, and hey, maybe that helps you save a lap of fuel. That could make all the difference at the end of the race, come strategy wise.
Definitely. I mean, I've just jumped on board now with race leader Jake, and it was down to 3.8 seconds, so LJ then did reel in a little bit of a time, as Jake was on over 4.1 seconds ahead going into this lap, so LJ is putting his foot down right now, and he's shaving some time.
Absolutely. I'm just on board with Miss Devious and Thunder Tito here, so Tito has made a pit stop. Miss Devious has not made a pit stop yet. So you're doing a pretty good job at defending him off here right now, but he is definitely working hard on trying to get around here. And a lot of respect being shown from Tito here. I think he realizes that he's probably lagging a little bit, and he's trying to make sure that he's ensuring there's lots of room with him and the other cars around here. So we definitely like to see that as well. Of course, the drivers are in an active chat here during racing as well, so I'm sure they are communicating to each other while some of this stuff is going down. So
Miley throws it into the pits with Larry as well, so position 5 and 6 they're sliding into the pit. Jake is running his tyres right down to the ground with LJ as well. Payme on these soft compounds now back up into third, holding a faster stop with a 2:14.408. CRS staying out as well, giving it a clout, with Badar still pushing like there's no tomorrow, and G-Bub moving up into 6 as these pit strategies now coming into play.
absolutely, we're definitely seeing some different paces on the drivers here today, so Spa is definitely separating some of the drivers apart from each other here today. It's a difficult racetrack, but if you love the racetrack, it just has a flow, and once you figure that flow out around Spa, it just really relates for really great lap times and great racing. So yeah, it's a great track, really is a great track. We got Smiley just coming out of pit lane there as well. Where we got him come out just in behind Tito, so 9th place. Smiley coming out of pit lane. Larry Birch comes around here in 10th place. Streeter Tom is in 11th as he comes around La Source, and now Nolander only 4.3 seconds in behind Tom as he comes around La Source there as well. Miss Devious getting some petrol and some new rubber on that BMW. Alright, so we are going to see this lead group pit maybe at the end of this lap, maybe another lap. I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to say what these guys were thinking right now, but I guess it all depends on how comfortable they are with the cars and the conditions they're currently sitting in. And then we'll go from there. Actually, we can drop that. We could drop that for you guys. We'll let you take a look here.
Now. Apex J there is still on a medium compound. He's yet to make that pit. Same with LJ as well, in second position. Payme, we did see him get that undercut, go from the fast compound, slower compound to a fast compound, and he's now worked his way up into third position. Pretty all matching on fuel as well, starting to flash red. I'm expecting pit strategies to come into play now, especially with these leading drivers. Same with Badass in fifth, he's yet to pit as well. G-Bub in sixth, yet to pit. Seventh, Ted the Freak needs to pit as well. Thunder Tito, he's done alright actually on these compounds, but I'm guessing the fuel is going to have to pit. Smiley has already pitted, so it's going to be interesting to see where Smiley can get from that undercut and see if he can make some positions up, but he's definitely going to be putting a spanner in the works as he's on the more durable medium compound as well to stay out for a longer of the race.
We're definitely seeing some different strategies from our drivers here as we go through our grid, ladies and gentlemen. Where's No-Liner? Come on, camera guy. Looked like camera guy fell asleep there for a second. The camera just dropped straight to the ground there, but there we go. He picked No-Liner up, so production crew right on it as always. I think they were just teasing us, I don't know. Miss Devious coming around in P13 here after her stop. So Jakey and LJ still need to pit the whole middle section of the pack right now in pit lane. So we should definitely suspect to see these two leaders coming in here very soon. But what does that relate to gap now, as they've overcut essentially the whole field? And this could really give them a good gap on the remaining part of the field. Where's Payme right now? Payme's coming out.
Yeah.
About 44 seconds in behind the race leaders here right now. So this could be close, chat. When those pit stops happen, this is going to be very close.
Yeah, Smiley's managed to get onto the back end of Payme. Payme now in third, back out on them soft, fast, medium, soft compound, soft, medium compounds. What we're about. Just remind you of the chat, it's 3:20 AM over here in UK. So, but Smiley on the mediums end is clinging onto the back end of Payme. So if you can stay there, Smiley can find himself in a really strong position as Payme's tires start to fade away.
Absolutely, it's going to be very interesting to see how all these strategies play out now. Alright, No-Lander, he's getting some pressure from G-Bub here. G-Bub has been doing, he did an incredible job of fuel saving in that first stint. That long pit delta has these drivers sinking on their feet. Hey, that is absolute facts. Oh, we got a yellow flag up in front of Freak, and it's Tom. Oh, Tom again. Just not having a good day with that corner here right now. And again, picking up a little bit of damage on that car, as you guys can see on the screen in front of you there. So, oh, it's all falling apart here for Streeter Tom tonight. But lots of time left. Still got 15 minutes of the race left yet here. He's just got to put his head down, push, and just see what he can get out of this race. Tattooed Freak is closing in behind. But the leader's now in pit lane. So let's jump on board with Payme here and see where he comes out in relation to our drivers.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting because we have seen Payme hold the fastest lap as well. So these drivers in pit know that Payme is going to be here holding pace. But when these drivers come out of pit as well, they are going to be on fresher tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see what tyre compound they do come out of. But Payme is on a mission right now.
And definitely on a different strategy than it looks like. And he's just coming out here, so looks like Jakey is out of pit lane already, and LJ is on his way out. So as Payme comes around the source here, turn one, ladies and gentlemen, Spa, he is still going to find himself in third place, but now he can see second place up ahead of him.
If he gets a good run out as well at that turn, it could potentially shave off a few times. So, and it looks like he's doing that to LJ as well at the minute.
Got Apex Racing's Larry Birch. He's currently sitting in fifth place here on the racetrack. He's got a 1.5 second gap on CRF in behind chasing, and 3.3 seconds on fourth place driver in front of him, Smiley, as well.
Got people coming in chat rooting for Jake.
Jake definitely looks like a man who has a plan here tonight. He is looking locked in here this evening. Got No-Liner coming up already on. Ooh, oh, he got a little bit wide on the curb there. You can see a little bit of moisture on that curbing there, so maybe a little bit of condensation building up on the racetrack here a little bit as he came over that curb. And definitely made that rear end a little spicy on his BMW there, but he kept it together. but that did allow G-Bub to close in a little bit. So G-Bub in the only Z4 here in the field tonight, doing a pretty good job here, holding out ninth place right now.
Yeah, I'm still rooting for him. He looks like a can of iron brute, but he's still flying, and he's looking to try and make that 8th position. Is Nolander going to hold him off? Like, Nolander did start and did make a little bit of a mistake. I think it was Tad the Freak, but they have kept on going. They have picked up some positions, which is some points going into the season. And like I said, with the game changing when it comes to the update, these guys and girls are going to try and grab as many points as they can before the next race, potentially, when it all changes and they have to try and get used to the way the game feels again. So yeah, these guys are out there grabbing these points for the best that they can. They say it's been a good race and not too long left in this race, with a lot yet still to pan out.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's only a matter of time before we start seeing these guys and gals close up to each other here and start battling for those final positions here as well in the racetrack. A little bit of different pit strategies has some of the field spread out, but even with that little bit of spread out field, they're still very close together in their own little respective groups here right now. So it's going to be an interesting race finish here. Tom, he is going to be furious right now, so he is going to be in absolute full push mode here to see what he can do. He's made a pit stop, he's fixed that car, he is just on go mode here.
PRF and Larry, then they're going to be start battling out as we go into the next few corners. Badass there is starting to pick up the pace as well in the 7th position, so we've got a three-way battle for 5th, 6th and 7th about to appear in front of his eyes here, and these cars looking and sounding magnificent at Spa, ladies and gents.
We're just looking at the two race leaders here and the tires and the fuel strategy they opted to go with here, so very interesting, very interesting, chat. That is what I'm going to say. It's going to set up for a potential really great finish here. We got Payman. We can't count this guy out today. He has been absolutely moving around this racetrack. He is on a different strategy than it appears so far than the two drivers in front, but he is definitely ticking away 1/10 at a time here as he gets around this racetrack.
Yeah, CRF now is hounding Apex Larry Birch for his 5th and 6th position. It's all going off, defending, and then it goes for optimal line. These drivers are going to battle it out, ladies and gents, and it's going to be interesting to see what does go on. But with this battle going on in front, Badass then is closing this gap up dramatically, and he's going to get into that slip if he maintains this speed. It's all to play for.
That was a great job by those two drivers, nose to tail, to get through Puhan like that so cleanly with that dirty air. Ooh, and CFR had a moment there. Speaking of that dirty air, getting the front end of the car got a little loose on him there. It looked like it lifted. And he had to do a quick little gather up there, but that's now allowed Badass, as D-Dub was saying, to get right into this fight. And this became a three-way battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th place here now.
But yeah, again, good to see good ethos there. CRF just backed off and give Larry Birch that position back and the space required to get back on track safely. And all three drivers there just keeping their position, but CRF's moving, grooving. He don't want to be losing. Larry's coming under pressure straight away.
Ooh, Larry did a good job at not getting too wide into that corner there, but that's going to cost him 2 positions there. CRF's now going to move up into 5th place. Badass going to move up into 6th, and Larry's going to find himself in the back end of this three-way battle here in 7th. But I assure you, this is far from over as Badass and CRF, pardon me, are now side by side as we head over the start-finish line. Start lap 14, heading into La Source. Can Larry capitalize here now, maybe? Oh, and Larry's going to do a little switcheroo on Badass here, but he doesn't have the position, so he's just going to play nice, wait in behind, and try and get a good exit here for that big long run up Rouge, La Radion, and the Camel Straight heading into Lacombe. Great battle here by these three drivers right now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking though, like with how much Larry's backing off now from these two drivers in front of the way that he let these drivers pass. I'm thinking maybe this is the fuel strategy starting to show from Larry. Like I say, he's starting to back off from these drivers. Lost nearly a full second as well on time. So maybe he's just running his own game and maybe doing a bit more fuel saving than these guys, and he's carrying a little bit more fuel than me, so he's yeah, maybe a bit of fuel suspicion going on there.
And boy, oh boy, we almost seen side by side Nolander and G-Bub coming up Arlusion already on there. G-Bub right at the last second just sorts himself right in behind Nolander, and boy, what a great run those two drivers had through Arlusion already on coming into Lacombe. Nolander going on the immediate defensive, and G-Bub going to try and look for a way around. He is putting all kinds of pressure, but a little wiggle there, and that's going to cost him valuable tenths here in this battle as we're coming into, I can't remember the corner name all of a sudden. Ding, Brussels. Haha. Oh, and we're going to go side by side. No. Boy, G-Bub is putting all kinds of pressure on Nolander here right now. He is trying to find every way around that BMW M6 up in front of him here, but Nolander's doing a great job at parking that car on the line that matters.
Yeah, Nolander now just needs to keep his composure. Oh, a little bit of a back contact there, but both drivers keeping it onto the tarmac. Nolander just needs to keep his composure. Maybe just let G-Bub take that position for now. He knows that G-Bub's got a penalty, so if he can just stay in that slip here, Nolander's not only going to get past him, but he's going to benefit from the slip as well, which will give him additional temps. So, you know, he's in a bit of a penalty sandwich now, because Tadad Freak as well has got a penalty in 10th position as well, so Nolander's finding himself in a pretty good, strong position right now if he can get back onto the back end of G-Bub. But like you said, that Z4 looking, sounding beautiful, and it's moving tonight on Spa.
Absolutely, looking real good around Spa here today. He has been driving the pants off of that Z4 here today.
Badass and CRF in 6th and 5th are still going at it, still bickering. And Larry there, he's just managed to catch him up a little bit, even if he is doing that fuel saving.
So we do have LJ has shaved about a 9/10 of a second off Jake last time around, and in the meantime, while LJ was doing that, Payme has shaved about the same amount of time off of LJ. They are only separated by 2 seconds here currently, so Payme and LJ may be battling for that second place here soon.
Yeah, Smiley there in 4th. He's definitely going to be driving with a smile on his face. Found himself in somewhat what I like to call no man's land. 9.2 seconds from the top 3 drivers, but he's also 7.7 seconds ahead of CRF, Badass, and Larry.
And I mean, these three still not very separated here right now. Badass and CRF nose to tail here as we come out of Lacombe heading into Brussels. And Larry Birch just about a second and maybe 1.1 seconds in behind here. So maybe Larry Birch is just thinking, good, let these guys battle a little bit here, wear their cars out a little bit. Maybe last lap, second last lap, I can start to push in and get that move done here when I don't have to defend so much. So it could be lots of things going through these drivers' minds right now. But CRF definitely feeling some heat from Badass right now in 6th place.
Yeah, something's happened to Nolander as well. He's dropped back. G-Bub's in 9th position. Mischievous now in the top 10 position with Nolander dropping down into 12th. Unfortunately, missed that. But Nolander is pushing it, but he's got Thunder Tito as well right behind him. Streeter Tom is still pushing it though, so kudos to that, pulling best sectors now. 17 seconds back from Thunder Tito though in 13th. So he's got some catching up to try and do if he wants to try and get that 12th position and make it his.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes remaining here at Spa. And right now, Apex Racing's Jakey, 2-time defending champion here at DMJ North America Choice of Weapons Series, looking for a race win here. But LJ definitely chipping away at that gap. Payme 6/10 faster than LJ last time around. Boy, this is getting close. We may see a potential last lap battle here for 3rd and 2nd place, but I guess these guys have a choice to make. Do they have the time to work together and push Jake, or do they fight it out for 2nd and 3rd place?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough call. I think they're just going to want to battle it out for positions. I know I wouldn't really think about Jake unless I got past this driver first. But Payme is on a mission right now, holding a purple lap with a 2:14.4, and you can see him shaving them temps off faster than Gillette. Hey, Gillette, sign him. Sign him.
Absolutely. All right, so G-Bub, yeah, now he's set up in the 9th. Mischievous back up in the top 10 here. Nolander very close behind though in 11th place, and he's got Tito along right in behind now. So Tito back in this fight here, looking maybe to grab a late position in this race as well. And let's see how he goes here. So great job from Tito here for, again, debut race here for him in the season and the series. Only about 36 hours really to prepare for this race here today, so he's doing a fantastic job. And Nolander just got it all kinds of wrong coming out of the source there, and it is just unraveling for Nolander here. But a nice little 360 to get that thing pointed in the right direction. A little smoke show for the fans there, as you can see them all in the grandstands as he heads up towards Eau Rouge and La Réunion.
Badass there in 7th, got it wrong somewhere, front aero and front left suspension. That's let Larry Birch slide on through into 6th and get a 6.6 second deficit. So he's increasing that gap as it is right now. CRS is moving, is grooving, and he's got away from that little battle. He's going to be sat there with a smile on his face, but with that battle going on, he's worn and torn and tired. He's beaten like there's no tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be interesting to see if he can hold out, maintain that gap, or is he going to be sweating coming into the final stages of this race? All the time will tell.
Absolutely, and we're on board with Payme here right now. 1.2 seconds off Apex Racing's LJ. We're going to have 2 more laps as these guys cross the line here. There's just a little under 3 minutes remaining on the clock, and it's just a little over 2 minutes a lap, as we can see there. So it'll be second last lap here for our race leaders as LJ and Payme come across our finish line right here. Some great stuff here so far on track tonight. A little bit of a different race than what we saw last week, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hope LJ's pit crew put some tissues in there for him because he's definitely going to be sweating with Payme right behind him. And LJ sees the statistics we see with the fastest lap on screen, so he knows he's got a driver behind him that is on pace, that is in this race, and he's ready to track down that second position.
Alright, we got Miss Devious down into P11 here, so Tito's gotten around her. Nolander trying to catch up here in 12th, and Streeter Tom's only 7 seconds in behind here, Nolander now as well, so maybe, just maybe, a little glimmer of hope there's a position available for Streeter Tom here. But it's Jake right now, 4.9 seconds is that gap. It is diminishing, but is it enough for him to hold these guys off for another lap and a half around Spa here? We've got LJ, and he has that green BMW all up in that rearview mirror here now at this point. It is all Payme chasing him down here, so let's jump on that hood cam and look over that beautiful rear spoiler on this Apex car here. As you can see, Payme is there. He knows he's there, and now we could see a fight for second place here. Last lap battle potentially brewing between Payme and LJ here as he is closing up the gap on that slipstream. You can see the timer just dripping half a tenth at a time here. By the time we get into Blois-Chaumont, I suspect these two are going to be very close together.
Yeah, but we saw LJ a few corners back get that little bit of oversteer as he powered out of that corner. Is that going to affect his nerves? Is that because Payme is behind him because he's been cool, calm, collected, consistent, especially on his time, LJ? So, you know, is he really starting to feel this pressure now of Payme? And, you know, psychological racing is what I like to call it, and Payme is definitely showing that. The tyres are absolutely beat.
These drivers are really putting these cars right to the limits here today at Spa for sure. And the one-stop strategy is exactly what that is. That is pushing that car to its ultimate limits and putting your skill to the ultimate test in order really to pull that off here tonight. So kudos to the drivers that have attempted that one-stop strategy here tonight, because it is a bold one. And Tom has made it around Tito, so Tito's had an issue here. Looked like he had to make a pit stop there, so Tom's going to pick up a last-second position there, so something to think about, something positive to take out of this tough race here for him tonight. And there we go, that battle really kicking off here as these leaders are on their final lap around Spa here tonight, and it is on. As we get through a Rouge and Lorraine, these two cars are going to be nose to tail here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is battle on to the start-finish line.
I think Larry Birch is in 6th position. He's going to be a final driver across the line to get a final lap in, and he's still got an opportunity then to take over CRF. He's in visual eyesight now, but these drivers are absolutely beat. Smiley's going to get another lap. Payme is going to get another lap. Badaz finishes in 7th position then. He comes across the line with Tat the Freak then. He's done really well to move up the grid after making that early error with Nolan. They get caught up on turn 1. Really well, good comeback, finishing in 8th for G-Bug, not too far in between, right behind him.
Absolutely, we got Miss Devious coming around here. She's coming into the chicane for the final time for herself here as well. It's going to be a P10 for her here today, so a good finish for Miss Devious here today as well. She was really not liking this car here this week either, ladies and gentlemen, so good finish for her. Nolander just outside that top 10 here tonight, and that's he'll be happy about that, but he'll be a little bit disappointed because I know what his goals are, but great racing from Nolander there. That's going to bring Streeter Tom across here in 12th place, and that's going to bring Tito around in P13, literally around here as he's going to put on a show for the fans accidentally here as he got it all kinds of wrong on that exit, and that's going to bring him around here. And not all drivers finishing on the lead lap here tonight too, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go, first one of the season where we didn't have any blue flag cars, so that means these drivers are starting to pick up their pace and they're starting to settle into the series. I said 3 or 4 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. We're on board now with our 2-time defending champion here at DMJ. He's 3rd currently in the championship standings, coming in round 3, and he's just a couple of corners from bringing home his first season win here in season 3 as he got the chicane left, ladies and gentlemen. But we've seen drivers make those mistakes, so let's see as he gets around the last couple of corners here. Tires are looking a little worse. There is some pressure coming in behind with LJ and Payme just in behind, but it is going to be Jake with the race win here tonight. Congratulations to Jake. It's going to be LJ just holding Payme off for 2nd, and Payme right there, just a car and a half length behind in 3rd place. It is an Apex Racing podium here tonight.
I think as well though, it just goes show how much this pit stop could affects the actual race with how bad these drivers that are pushing this car. CRF now going side by side with Larry Birch coming from the final chicane now, but CRF gets that inside move done. He's managed to get it. Is it linked and sticked it? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Side by side, nose to nose, whisker to whisker. Is it going to be CRF?
That was
And
close.
get over the line, ladies and gentlemen. Only just.
That was 4/100ths of a second. So the official timing says there, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, it's just never a dull moment here, is it, chat? But congratulations to Apex Jakey, pole position and that win here tonight. But I believe fastest lap does belong to Payme here again today. Whew, that was a doozy. Wow.
Yeah, that caught me out the last few corners there. Sorry, mate, I'd let you have that.
No, that's all good. That was perfect.
But no, great driving there by all these drivers. Really impressed. And but no, yeah, as I was saying, the wear and tear on the tyres, and I think with how beat a lot of these tyres were, I think the pit, with how long the pit is, came into effect. And these drivers, the top drivers as well, they knew about. They had to stay out, push it right to the limit, and they did exactly that. They was riding right on the rims. GG's to everybody involved tonight. Honestly, brilliant.
Absolutely. Tough race for some, but really great racing for others. So it is Apex Jakey. This is unofficial, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the drivers now have 24 hours to file any incident reports that they feel necessary, and they'll let that, of course, the stewarding staff here at DMJ North America handle it from there. Then from there, the stewards release a decision, and then, of course, there is a 24-hour process for any appeals if, of course, the drivers feel that they don't agree with the stewarding decision. Then they do need to provide, of course, evidence to support their appeal, and then of course an outside steward that goes up straight up the DMJ chain takes care of the appeals. So a great process here that we got rolling in DMJ North America here so far, but it is Apex Jakey with the win. LJ in very close second place, and Payme right behind him in third. We had Smiley come across with a great race for him here tonight in fourth for Flying Fox Racing, but Payme has that fastest lap with a 2:14.408. CRF is going to come in fifth place with Larry Birch. Great drag race to the finish line for those two right there. And Larry Birch is just going to miss out there and fall down into P6. Badass in seventh place with Tattooed Freak right in behind in eighth. Let's head down to the other half of our grid, shall we? G-Bub coming in with that Z4 with a solid ninth place race from him here tonight in a car that was stacked against a bunch of BMW M6s. Miss Devious is going to round out a top 10 for herself here tonight. Nolander just falling short of that top 10 tonight in 11th place. ATK Streeter Tom, rough night for him, but he stuck it out and he managed to find a position right at the end of the race there. And Thunder Tito in his premiere coming in 13th place. So congratulations to, of course, all our drivers. Wow, that was a great race in chat.
Fantastic race. I mean, Spa always throws one hell of a race, and to say these drivers have been maintaining this kind of pace throughout the race as well is crazy. But yeah, again, another fantastic North American DMJ Vroom Room, and it's a pleasure to be a part of it, and definitely worth waking up for. And locking in the fastest lap, Payme grabbing extra points, finishing in third. If I were to call a driver of the day, it probably would be Payme, but LJ would be up there as well. There's a few drivers, CRF, Larry as well, badass. Tad the Freak getting back up there after that incident with Norlander as well. Some phenomenal driving. Should be really proud of yourself, drivers. Got some drivers coming in as well now at the minute.
Absolutely, we do have two in the. We do have two already ready for their spotlight. Oh, all three are here. Look at that, these guys. I gotta tell you, huge love to our drivers here. I mean, these guys are just so on point, and gals. I'm so quit being so gender specific here. Just coming in and just always on point here with the process. So we do appreciate it. Of course, it's very late for a lot of these drivers, and of course, this legend D.90 himself, very early, I guess, as he would say, like last week. But let's talk with our third place finisher, Apex Racing's Payme. Another great race from yourself here tonight, Payme, and just a little shy of trying to get that second place from LJ. So why don't you walk us through your night here tonight?
Yeah, great race to everybody, and especially Jake and LJ. Congrats to you guys. I'm still just not comfortable with any of these BMWs, just to be flat out honest with everybody. So I opted to go with the two-stop, just because I was not comfortable on the mediums for 11 laps. So I did that, and I actually kind of underfueled on my first pit, by I think like 3/10 of a lap. so that cut me down a lap, which meant I had to push 8 on my third stint. I tried to take it easy the first 2 laps just to save my tires as much as I could, but ended up dropping my left rear on that first chicane coming up after a rouge on the last lap. So yeah, I was just happy to keep it on the track, finish podium. Good day for me.
Yeah, there's the right button. All right. Well, well said. And we're gonna let D-Dot take over from here. We're gonna let D-Dot fire off some questions to Payme here, and then we'll send him off with some thank yous when D-Dot's all finished grilling our third place driver here tonight.
Yeah, Payme, obviously, like you showed you had fastest lap, you had pace. I mean, did you at any point think you was gonna get LJ? I mean, I saw at one point LJ get a little bit of oversteer. I mean, was that in your head, like he's starting to fold under pressure? I mean, did you think possible second position were there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was gunning for it, and I was just hoping that if I got close enough to him, that it'd put enough pressure on him, which I did end up getting pretty close one point in time. But dirty air kicked in, and I went a little bit wide on one of my exits, which cost me a little bit. And I seen the tire wear dropping on that last lap, so it kind of after that first chicane, it kind of just sunk in that I need to settle down. At least settle with the podium and not finish last. Just bring it home safe.
Yeah, I mean, to say you said you didn't like the BMW, is it just this BMW, or is it any other all the BMWs you're not really keen on, or is
Yeah,
this
I
just
mean,
the
I've just
BMW?
not driven them much. Both the M6 and the M3 are pretty loose in the rear, which I like more. But the Z4's a lot more stable, but it does push a lot. So it's gonna be interesting towards the end of the season having to choose a track to use those 2 cars at.
That's the interesting part of this season though, because don't forget that jack of all trades is there to cash in them points. But GG mate, you were definitely one of the drivers of the day for me, bro.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, D-Dot.
No worries, mate. Keep up the good work. Fantastic race.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I mean, great racing. Fairly uneventful race for you for the most part. Your first pit stop put you in a little bit of traffic. Now when you came out into that traffic, were you a little bit concerned about that? But then, as of course you started progressing and just picking it apart one driver at a time, you got through relatively clean. So, what was it like trying to get through that mid pack there when you were on the different tire strategy?
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. That's why just going into a 2 stop, I knew I was going to encounter some traffic along in the race somewhere. But I was also, that's why I kind of underfueled on my first pit stop because I thought that I'd be able to save a little bit more being behind those cars. But just the way it worked out, I had opportunities to pass and I took them when I could, and I wasn't able to save as much as I could.
Nonetheless, great battling out there, and we said at the beginning of the broadcast here tonight, the guys that kept their cars the most safe and out of trouble would probably have the best shot at getting the win here tonight, and you definitely kept your car safe and sound here tonight, and a great podium finish. So, anything you want to add to your race this evening, and any shout-outs?
Yeah, no, just a good race to everybody. Shout out to GT45 Gaming, as always, D Dot, Apex. It's always great having a team that really just commit to racing and being better every day, every week. And I think the results are showing, and I think actually getting a little spotlight for it. So I'm looking forward to working with that team more going into the Olympic trials and such. Um, yeah, just a big shout out to all of them and my family for the support.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate having you here this season, Payday, and you're looking real good out there with another really good podium finisher and a good stamp for your standings. So, round 4, we head to Trial Mountain next week. Thoughts on Trial Mountain?
Oh, I'm pretty comfortable there. It's gonna be interesting. Of course, I'm gonna try all the cars, test all the cars out before. So I think I'm gonna be able to use one of the other 2 cars there. Not leaning towards which one yet, but we'll see as practice progresses.
Awesome. Well, I can guarantee you that the Apex Clubhouse here at Spa is really rocking here tonight with that Apex podium here. So 3 Apex drivers grabbing those steps here tonight. So we appreciate you taking the time as always here with us, Paymate, and we'll let you get over there in the clubhouse and go hang out with the team there.
Yep, time to party. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, definitely some incredible driving here from these Apex guys here tonight. The teamwork and the practice as a team is obviously clearly looking like it's paying off. The pace was very close by these 3 drivers, and LJ is our second place driver here tonight. So he had a very dominating performance in round 2 last week at Lego at Maggiore, and he said right at the interviews that he's really not looking forward to Spa this week because it's one of his weaker tracks. Well, lo and behold, he manages to find himself standing in second place tonight. So congratulations, great run here tonight. You survived, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the race here this evening?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm great I survived because I was scared coming into this race. I was really worried. This is probably the worst track of mine this season. So coming into this race, I was definitely worried. But starting off in qualifying, I could have gotten better. I had an optimal of a much lower time. I just couldn't connect the lap. I'd always messed up a sector or a chicane or two. And it set me off bad though. I started on the inside, P3. The start for the race though is not what I wanted. It's not what any racer wants. Is a penalty on lap 1 when everyone's together and bunched up. So as soon as I got that penalty, I was like, I gotta take a breather. I have to see my choices. And luckily the field spread out a little bit. Larry passed me, and then I got the position back. But overall in the race, the tire wears were definitely crucial this race to make 11 laps on medium because at the end I still had tire wear versus how Peyton was talking about how he didn't have tire wear on his rear, was it rear left? Um, so keeping the tires nice and clean were definitely a key factor.
Absolutely, and as always, very well said. We're going to take it off to Mr. D.90, the legend himself, and let him fire away a few questions here for LJ.
Yeah, LJ, first and foremost, mate, GG's, good race, and well done on your consistency. First and foremost, because you had Paymate breathing down your neck. I mean, you heard me ask Paymate about you doing that oversteer and what he thought. I mean, what were your thoughts going through your head when you got that little bit of oversteer as you were exiting that corner at the back end of the race with Paymate breathing down your neck? Did you get them
So
tissues out, wipe that sweat away?
yeah, so coming out of the pit, I had less of a gap than I imagined because I had a 45-second gap when he pit, and pit's about 30 to 35 seconds. So when he was like 6 seconds behind me, I was already sweating. And then I would just slowly see every turn about a tenth gone, a tenth gone. And then, yeah, when I did get that oversteer, I was feeling the pressure a little bit. I did the classic mistake of just constantly looking at my mirror, looking at the time instead of the track. And these cars are, I mean, you look at them wrong and they want to flip sides on you. So yeah, but it comes to a driver skill too. I've gotten used to this car getting sideways on me. I didn't panic. I lifted, counter steered. We're all good. Kept it going. But yeah, I definitely did feel the pressure of him.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to finish strong anyway with a 1 second gap, you know. But at any point in that race, did you feel as though you could probably catch Jake up at any point?
Oh no way! Jake was in different zip codes. Might as well be in a different classic car. Yeah, his performance tonight was amazing. I'm definitely proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, I am led to believe he's using a new Fanatec wheel as well. So
Yep.
maybe he's got the cheat mod installed into software. So maybe stewards need to look at that and just say, I'm joking, by the way. Um, but no, yeah, great race by him. Great race by you, though, mate. Great consistency. And to say, you said at the start of the race that you weren't looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next races and on tracks you do like.
Yeah, it's kind of medium-ish for the next race. I've never raced it a lot. It's always in like open lobbies for 4 laps and then we move on. So I'm definitely not bad at it, but I have a lot of learning to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the best laps now. Your best lap's better than Jake's, so you're definitely up there with pace, mate. You really impressed tonight, and hope you get some points going into next season and into the next few races, mate.
Thank you.
No worries, good GG's.
Yep.
All right, and I mean, for the most part, pretty uneventful race for you. For the most part, you just settled into that early top half pack position there, and you just kind of kept it clean. You kept it safe. You had a couple quick little moments there, but you did a great job and held Paymay off and grabbed a second place. So, I guess anything you'd like to add to your race here this evening, and of course, any shoutouts.
Yeah, number one, thank you to all the viewers out there. I mean, it's what makes the show go. So it's nice to see the support from them, getting the amount of views we have. So a big thanks to all the viewers out there today and past viewers too. Big thanks to Hyperi and Apex and Tattooed for making deliveries. He always keeps us fresh with deliveries. It's always great to see the mystery of the new week of the livery. I definitely love this livery this week. It's one of my favorites. And a big thank to you and D-Dot. I mean, I say it every week. I'm always excited to rewatch these comms. I get on the edge of my seat and I've raced the race. So you guys make me definitely relive the race I just raced. So thank you guys a lot.
Oh, wrong button. There we go. We really appreciate you, brother. And I mean, just a young guy here, so you got lots and lots of sim racing future ahead of you. I mean, what are your thoughts in sim racing, and is this maybe something you're thinking about maybe pursuing as a potential career path in some form, maybe whether it be either a sim racing competitively or some kind of maybe technical institute or anything like that?
I think it's definitely all of our dreams to get in a real race car or any car. I mean, Lucas races his escort, I think. So any car to race in. But in my future, I see motorcycle racing. I mean, I ride R3 daily, not daily, but I ride an R3. So hopefully in the future, I can get a better bike and track some sport bikes. But I mean, racers will race anything. You throw me in a Toyota Prius, you throw me in a Group 3 car. I mean, I'll race anything. But definitely in the future, I do see me taking on something
Awesome.
in that
Well,
racing field.
absolutely. And I mean, it's just another great race here from you again today. A couple of podiums in a row here now for you early in the season as we head to round 4 for Trial Mountain. So just going to keep you well planted in the standings there, chasing that championship title. But Lucas wasn't in the race here tonight, so that's a big points gain for the guys in the top of the standings. He's going to have some ground to make up when he gets back from his real life excursion here this week as well. So a little bit of breathing room maybe for a couple of guys up in the championship standings as well. And congratulations, mate, and we'll let you get over there with Paymay and the rest of the guys and go enjoy your second place finish here this evening.
Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if the man is still with us here, we got Apex Racing's Jakey, our two-time defending DMJ North American champion. Now, last season he won the championship, I believe, with only winning one race, if I'm not mistaken. So this is his first win.
Races.
Was it two? All right, it was two. So first win of the season for this guy here, and chasing those championship standings. So a little bit of a points gain there for you on LJ and the guy I believe is Paymay up ahead of you there. So talk us through your race here tonight, my man.
It's fun from the get go. Enjoyed the little battle with Peyton. About half a lap side by side for the first lap. It was definitely enjoyable, but he did push a bit harder. I was wondering what was going on with his strategy. Ended up letting him go, tried to follow him. But yeah, his pace, he was just going too quickly. So I backed off a little bit, saved the tyres. And from there, it was pretty much keep consistent, don't make mistakes.
Absolutely, and you definitely looked locked in like a defending champion here tonight. So slot in that first win, and just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, he did say to me earlier today that he is winning tonight, and well, he's a man of his word here this evening. So congratulations to Jake. But we're gonna let D-Dot fire off some questions to our defending champion here.
Jakey boy, how we doing?
Hello, Mr. Dot.
Well, first of all, thank you for the laughing wake-up call. It was brilliant. I don't know why you were laughing. Chat, you had to be there. It was funny. I wish I recorded it. Next time you can record it. But second of all, defending champion coming in on round 3 at Spa, taking that lead by 3.8 second gap. Is there any track that you're fearing this year or this season in this championship? I mean, you're coming on strong, new Fanatec wheel. You know, the only Brit as well in Apex and in this DMJ Vroom Room event tonight. What your thought process going into this season, not just after this race, but into the season, defending champion?
Well, the worst track's out the way, definitely. Maggie was the one that I was worried about, so glad that's out the way now. Definitely looking forward to the rest of the season. Had plenty of league races on each of the tracks for the rest of the season, so should be an interesting one to see what the boys can put up against.
Nice. I mean, obviously you've got LJ Paymay, there. I'm led to believe there's a driver down tonight. Who's that driver? GT?
Lucas.
Lucas, yes, Lucas, great driver. Obviously, when he comes back in the mix, is there any other drivers on the field that could potentially put pressure on you going through? I mean, these drivers are fast.
There's definitely a couple of drivers that could mess up some strategies, or just getting caught up behind someone that's on a different strategy can ruin your race. It can knock you down 5 positions with how close this field can be at times. So it's definitely all about picking when you need to pit and when you want to pit. Literally any mistake can set you back. It's just a battle back. It's the way you get your head down.
Yeah, the amen to that. I mean, when it comes to these endurance races, strategy is key, but also throwing on top of that consistency. Once you do that, you've got yourself a nice cake, haven't you? You know what I mean? And it does get you them finishes like you've done today. But unlucky on not getting the fastest lap. But I think you're more bothered about your pace today and consistency, I guess. But great finish. Good luck going into the rest of the season, mate. I'll meet you down the chippy, lad.
Thank you, sir.
I'll pass you back over to GT, legend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean, happy with the result here tonight. I mean, I don't think you would have been happy with anything but where you finished here today. So did it go basically how you kind of had it planned out in your head here today?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was through the practice races. Peyton was doing the 2-stop. I was expecting him to switch over, just because you need the perfect race really for the 2-stop to work. But he never. He stuck to his guns, and yeah, it gave me a pretty easy run to the finish.
Well, it was an uneventful race for you, and do you think that maybe Paymay making that different pit strategy and coming out in traffic there, do you think that might have been maybe a key moment for him in his race here tonight?
Yes, definitely. You lose about half a second, even when you don't notice it. You're losing about half a second just because of the dirty air. The turning, the braking points are different. It all comes down to every little tiny niggly thing.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of insight from a 2-time champion here at DMJ North America. I mean, this guy, ever since he's gotten that upgraded wheel, has just become absolutely crazy fast. So he is looking for a 3-peat this year. Now that he's got that win under his belt, a lot of motivation and fire in the belly for our defending champion. Anything you want to add to the race here tonight? And of course, shout out to my man.
Thank you to all the viewers for tuning in. As LJ said, been massive views. It's blowing off. It's great to see everyone in the streams. Big thanks to you, DMJ, for putting it all on. It's a great event. I really do enjoy this league. It's a pleasure to be a part of. And obviously, guys on track, always good racing. Yeah, always good in the practice races. Good laughs. All that lark, and last but not least, the team always pushing me to be as fast as I can be.
Absolutely, and I mean the team definitely starting to show its prowess here in North America a little bit. Apex Sim Racing definitely looking to put their name on the map here, and they came out tonight with all 3 drivers standing on the podium here tonight. So the team works together behind the scenes. They help all the other drivers out in behind the scenes as well. So it's not only just the team, they also help the driving community, the competitors, the guys that they're racing against as well. So much love to Jake and LJ and Paymay for great race finishes here today, and bigger congratulations to, of course, our 2-time defending champion for his first race win of the season. I mean, outstanding job, and definitely looking forward to see what you got to bring to us with Trial Mountain, because I know you're not too shabby there as well.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure talking.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what genuine sounding guy, says Paul. Hey, we appreciate you guys. I'm just going to take a second here because we got an important shout out to get in. We had Cody B coming in with the 100-star bomb. Let's get a hashtag Cody B up in the chat for that. We appreciate that 100 stars, Cody B. But more importantly, we had Cody B coming in with the big time love and the support. So Cody B Gaming coming in, becoming a supporter here at GT45 Gaming. My dude, so much love, my man. I appreciate you so much. You're an absolutely... Great content creator, my man. You're an inspiration for a lot of people out there, and it's an absolute honor to have you be a part of the Winner Circle community on a very higher level. We love you, my man. We appreciate you, my guy. So, Mr. D-Dot, recapping on the race, what are your thoughts here this evening?
Yeah, I think over the course of these 3 rounds, I've not been doing the commentating for all of them. I've done round 2, round 3. There's definitely been drivers that are putting the stamp on this season in this championship. It's absolutely fantastic to see, but not just the top 3, top 5 drivers. It goes throughout all the pack. Badass, Tad DeFree, Larry as well. Great battling there. Misdevious, some great battling there. Got it a little bit wrong going into the sand, so I do believe there's more to come from Misdevious. Nolander, very disappointed about him tonight. He's disappointed in his drive, but we know Nolander's got pace, and he's going to be like the Jedi that strikes back. He's definitely going to be striking back. Streeter Tom picked up that damage, more to come. Thunder Tito as well, fantastic driver. So these drivers may have not performed the best, but there's more to give and more to get from these drivers. I do understand that, and it's going to be very, very competitive. But like you said a minute ago, and being part of DMJ Broom Room, to sit here and see the teams working together, and not just the teams working together, but the drivers working together to come up with the strategies, and it's fantastic to see that DMJ is bringing all these kind of different drivers from different teams from all around the world together, uniting as one, because at the end of the day, whether we're in Britain, Canada, America, China, whatever you would like, we all race as one. It's a straight level of respect, and across the board, and it just brings awesome driving when it's done right. And this event, North America, DMJ Broom Room, is done right, and the drivers are doing it right. And on that mic drop, I'm out.
Absolutely. And I mean, very well said, my man. And I mean, also, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention today, and I feel terrible for it. We are supporting MacMillan Cancer Support during all of our DMJ broadcast events here in DMJ North America, the GT45 Gaming. We do have that donation button up in the bottom of the stream there. So if you're able and willing and you can support MacMillan Cancer Support with a little juicy donation, we would love that. We would extra appreciate it. And if you can't, hey, that's okay. You're still here. You're still watching. You're still showing the love. And that's what matters the most, because we appreciate y'all. And that's why we do this. We keep doing it for you guys and gals out there, the fans, the families out there. We know that we have families that tune in for these broadcasts and watch their favorite drivers, their uncles, their brothers, their moms or dads, whatever the case may be. So we appreciate all the families out there, and really do hope that you enjoy the broadcast as well. Great racing tonight. We've seen a different race in round 3 than we've seen in round 2. Round 2 was very chaotic. It was very high energy. It was very hard pushing type of racing. Tonight was different. There was a lot more strategy involved. Tire wear was a big factor here. Fuel was a factor here tonight. And of course, the weather conditions made the track very difficult for these BMWs. So we've seen a lot more patient, calm driving from the drivers. We're still seeing errors, we still seen heartbreaks, and we still seen a little bit of Rubbins racing going on the track. But a lot of drivers in overall showing tons of respect for each other here in this division, and this was a good sign that this series has started to settle in now, ladies and gentlemen. And Trial Mountain is going to provide some really great hard racing action next week. So don't miss out next week for our Pro Division on Tuesday night as we head to the States for Trial Mountain. Anything you want to add, Mr. D to the dot?
No, just one more last thing. Yet again, you don't get enough credit for what you do, GT45 Gaming. So I want to make sure that everybody in my chat and everybody in your chat gets them hashtag GT45 Gaming in there. If you've got any stars in your back pocket, get them dropped. Show this guy the love. There's a lot more to come. Not just here at DMJ Room Room, but the other championships as he does. So from one content creator to another one, keep going. Proud of you, and it's a pleasure to work alongside you. Not just creating these events, but on the comms as well, mate. And as always, you ever need me, only a phone call away, bro.
Absolutely. And as always, we appreciate you getting up at 2:30 in the morning to be here with us. The pros absolutely love you in the box. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll have to see what fate has in store for us here at DMJ North America for our Pro-Am division tomorrow night. So, I know, right, ladies and gentlemen? It's sad. All the great action is over. That's all right. It's just a little teaser, because we still got that Pro-Am division tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That quality flag drops live here at GT45 Gaming. So, same race, different group of drivers. We'll have to see what that Pro-Am division has. It is a stacked lobby there this week. So it's going to be a great race, ladies and gentlemen. Much love to DMJ Vroom Room, of course, the great organization that is providing the entertainment, the series, and everything that goes on here with what's happening on the screen in front of you. Partnered with LWR Designs, DDR, and much love to Hyper Graphics for the amazing visuals we see on the screen. Shout out to Miss Devious for the amazing track map work she always does. We didn't get a chance to bring that up here tonight, but we're still going to show her the love because she puts a ton of heart and love and sweat and tears into those track maps for everybody. And of course, I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, co-hosted with Mr. D.90 over on Facebook Gaming. If you're not following that man, head over to D.90 on Facebook Gaming. Definitely throw that man a like, a share, and a big time follow with those bell notifications turned on live, because you don't want to miss what this guy's laying down over there in the Europe side of DMJ Vroom Room, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to say, but I love you guys. Appreciate you all for being here. D, you're an inspiration, and it's an absolute pleasure to stand beside you here in the booth as always, and I can't wait till the next time.
I appreciate it, bro. Good night, and God bless.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was some racing. Lots of love for you too, Nolander. Hey, Paulie B. We're going to do a little catch-up and chat here before we send this thing off. We'll let D do the same thing on his side of things. Much love to DMJ Vroom Room. I know we were live over on the DMJ Vroom Room Facebook here tonight via the amazing D.90. So much love to DMJ Vroom Room and all the support that they show to us here down in North America and at the page. It's a great partnership. It's a great deal we got going here. And boy, I think there's a bright future here moving forward, DMJ Vroom Room. What do you guys think? We're always accepting drivers, ladies and gentlemen, here at DMJ North America, DMJ Vroom Room North America. If you want to find out more, drop a comment below. Get one of your buddies to send you a Discord invite. Get a hold of one of the drivers. They'll get you into the Discord. Come and check it out. We'll take a qualification time, and you'll sit there on a wait list for a full-time spot. However, what that does mean, like tonight, for example, you do qualify in the Pro Division. Yes, it's full, but we had 2 drivers not make it in tonight. That would have been a spot for one of those reserve drivers to come in and race for their own points this evening. We do have that situation now in the Pro-Ams. We have 16 drivers in the Pro-Ams, so if one can't make it, the next one is ready to jump in his place and go earn some very valuable DMJ North America points. So we're always taking drivers. We're always willing to qualify drivers, and we're hoping to see even more drivers next season. All right, let's catch all this up. Cody B, I appreciate you, my dude, for real. You're an absolute legend, my guy. Putting mine and Egon's battle to the test next week, says Aaron. Congrats, Jake, says Paul. Jake, LJ, Payme, great job, says Nolander. GG Drivers, tattoo, my apologies for lap 1. I'm gutted. Yeah, it's all good. You guys had a good recovery from it. GG's all drivers. Well done, Jake. Hey, what's up, John Grayson, my guy? We appreciate you as always. Not comfortable, still gets fast slap, says Aaron. I know, right? Fast Ginger says, good race, ready for my race tomorrow. Fantastic. It's always good to watch our pro race. Sometimes you pick some things up. So we do have a new driver debuting in our Pro-Ams tomorrow night in ATK Motorsports Fast Gingers. So much love to ATK Motorsports. If you guys are watching, if you guys are listening, we appreciate you here at DMJ North America Vroom Vroom. We appreciate you sending some drivers over to come compete. And I just hope they enjoy the experience like the rest of our drivers have been so far here this season. Heck of a job, Jake. He's won 2 championships on Logitech. Legend, get wrecked, noob, says Chris. What genuine sounding guy. Apex up top, baby. Hashtag Cody B's. We appreciate all those hashtag Cody B's up in the chats, Jay, ladies and gentlemen. D-Dot in the columns box is always lovely to listen to. You legends, we appreciate you, Cody. Thanks to D-Dot. What do we got? Lots of love for y'all. Appreciate you, Nolander. Have a good night, everyone. You too, John. Have a good rest, my dude. Have a great night all. Thanks again, Timmy. Can't wait to watch back. Hey, Payme. It was a good one, brother. I hope you enjoy it. Thankfully, I think it was actually lap 2, but still bummed about it. It happens, Nolander. It happens, buddy. It happens. It happens. All right. Let's go catch up on alerts now. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a raid tonight here, too, I think, on Facebook. We're going to go pick a streamer, and we're going to go drop a bomb on him here tonight, I think. So just give us a few seconds here. We'll see who's on. I just want to make sure we haven't missed anything important as far as shoutouts goes. We got Chris Reeves coming in with the share. Appreciate that extra support. My dude Egon coming in with the heart on the stream. Joe with the thumbs up. Leandro coming in with that heart on the stream as well. Hope you're doing good, Leo, man. We appreciate you, my dude. Nolander coming in with that care on the stream and the triple share. Absolute legend Nolander Gaming is there, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that extra support as well. We got Ian coming in with the like and the share and the extra support with that share. We love you, my dude. Appreciate that. Nolander coming in with the care and the triple share as well. On the other accounts, much love, dude. 6 big fat shares here tonight from Nolander. Sheet coming in with the thumbs up. Stefan coming in with the thumbs up. John Grayson. Toxic Vinegar also coming in with a thumbs up. Welcome in, my guy. Appreciate you. We got Cody B coming in with that thumbs up. And, of course, the 200-star bombs now and the big-time support here over on the page. We appreciate everybody. You know, we have been working really hard here this year. We've had some goals put in place for this year, and the community, the viewing community over here on Facebook is just top level, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we have a goal set in place for the end of July, and we're almost there. 699 of 750 followers here on the page. We are looking for 1K by the end of the year, so that puts us at a 750 by the end of June. We're on pace, and it's all because of everybody that comes in, week out, day in and day out, to come in and watch, hang out, commenting up in the chat, hanging out with each other in the chat, liking the stream, sharing the streams, interacting with those polls. It all helps. It all makes a difference. It's humbling, ladies and gentlemen. You've humbled me as a content creator. When I started out, I had different goals, I had different dreams, and I had different ambitions as a streamer. I was like everybody else. I was looking at the money picture, the money side of streaming. And then I came into this great sim racing community, and we started really getting diggy down with it on the racetracks, getting into the box and doing commentary, working with all these great leagues, organizations. We've been very privileged in the last year to meet the people we've met, to hang out with guys like D.90, Ghost Viper Gaming, Cody B Gaming, Miller Time Gaming, just to name a few, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honor. It's a privilege. The community is what's changed us. The community is behind what GT45 Gaming is and stands for today. Almost 2 years now as we start, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years is coming up very soon, actually. So we'll have to think of something to do for our 2-year streamiversary, so to speak. But it's because of you guys and gals out there. You guys and gals are incredible. And, you know, as a creator, watching you guys make a difference makes me realize that I'm making a difference, and that really is the ultimate goal. Changing the world, one person at a time, one sim race at a time, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it without you. I appreciate each individual member of this community, and I can't wait to learn more about each and every one of you as we continue to grow together as a community. Thank you for being here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back live tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, for those Pro-Am division drivers. It's going to be fighting. It's going to be spicy. And I got to tell you, after all these drivers keep coming in qualifying, that Pro-Am lobby is getting tight. It is getting very tight, very close-paced drivers in there. It's going to be an interesting watch. Stay tuned. Can Team VPR Racing take that podium again here this week in Pro-Am lobby? Or is Apex Racing Team going to come in, step up, and take that away this week? Or are we going to say the new team, ATK Motorsports, come in, or Flying Fox Racing, and yank a podium from underneath both teams? Have to wait till tomorrow night to find out. We appreciate you all. Stay winning. And remember, folks, you all matter. Stick around the stream. We're going to throw out a raid. I appreciate you all. We're going to send you off with a little bit of music. Take care, and we'll see you all soon. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, every day is a new day. Take it 1 minute at a time, and just take a deep breath if you feel you're down. We're thinking of you. Our doors are always open. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out.